You wake up, get ready for the day, and sit down for breakfast. Maybe it's a glass of orange juice, a slice of toast, a cereal bar, or even a healthy-looking yogurt. Sounds like a solid start, right? But what if I told you that these exact foods, the ones you've been told are healthy your entire life, could actually be pushing your blood sugar through the roof and triggering a hormonal response that throws off your metabolism for the entire day? That instead of fueling your body, they might be sabotaging your focus, your mood, and your weight. And worse, silently moving you closer to prediabetes or full-blown type 2 diabetes. Today, we're going to take a deep dive into the most harmful breakfast foods for blood sugar, why they're so dangerous even when they seem healthy, and what you can eat instead that tastes just as good, keeps you full, and actually stabilizes your glucose. Stay with me until the very end, because this isn't just a list, it's a full reset for how to start your day in a way that heals your body, not harms it. Welcome to the channel, and if you're new here, this is where we simplify blood sugar science so you can take control of your health with confidence. We help people just like you learn how to eat for energy, longevity, and metabolic healing, especially if you've been struggling with high glucose, insulin resistance, stubborn weight gain, or low energy. Whether you've been diagnosed with diabetes or are trying to avoid it altogether, the first thing you eat in the morning can either balance your hormones or completely throw them off. And the worst part? Most of us are unknowingly doing the latter every single day. Let's talk about what actually happens in your body when you eat the wrong breakfast. After fasting overnight, your insulin sensitivity is at its highest. This means your cells are more responsive to glucose. But that also means they're more vulnerable to sharp spikes. If you break your fast with high sugar or high starch foods, your blood sugar can shoot up fast. This triggers your pancreas to release a large surge of insulin to push all that sugar into your cells. Sounds fine, until your insulin overcompensates and crashes your blood sugar too far. This is where the roller coaster begins. Within an hour or two, you're starving again, craving more carbs, feeling foggy or irritable, and blaming your mood or energy, when it's actually your breakfast working against you. Let's start with the number one offender: fruit juice. I know, it's fruit, so it must be healthy, right? Not so fast. When you drink juice, you're removing all the fiber that slows down sugar absorption. What you're left with is essentially a glass of concentrated fructose that hits your bloodstream fast. A small cup of orange juice can contain up to 25 grams of sugar. That's more than a glazed donut. And since there's no fat or protein to buffer that sugar hit, you'll spike and crash hard. A better option? Eat the whole fruit, like a small apple or a handful of berries, paired with a fat or protein source like a few walnuts or a boiled egg. You get flavor, fiber, and way more blood sugar stability. The second food you want to reconsider is refined bread products. That includes white toast, bagels, English muffins, and yes, even many whole wheat breads. These are often made with enriched flour that behaves almost exactly like sugar in your body. Within minutes of eating, your blood glucose starts to climb. Even worse, many people combine these with jam, honey, or other sugary spreads. Instead, swap for sprouted grain bread with actual seeds and fibers intact, or try a savory breakfast with eggs, avocado, and sautéed spinach. The difference in your satiety and blood sugar response will be immediate. Let's move on to the breakfast food that wears the biggest health halo but might be tricking you the most: flavored yogurt. It's marketed as a high-protein, gut-friendly food, and it can be, but only if you choose wisely. Most commercial yogurts are filled with added sugars, artificial flavorings, and sometimes even thickeners or syrups. A single serving can have more sugar than a candy bar. Instead, opt for full-fat plain Greek yogurt. Add your own flavor with cinnamon, a few fresh berries, and maybe a spoonful of chia seeds. Not only will you avoid the sugar, but you'll also get a dose of probiotics and satisfying fat that keeps your blood sugar stable. Now, let's talk about cereals, especially the ones that claim to be healthy, heart-friendly, or whole grain. Many of these are heavily processed and often sweetened, even when the label says, no sugar added. Ingredients like corn flakes, puffed rice, or multi-grain clusters may sound nutritious, but they're quickly broken down into glucose once you eat them. Worse, people tend to pour huge portions into a bowl, thinking it's low-calorie. If you love a warm, comforting breakfast bowl, Switch to steel-cut oats or rolled oats and cook them with unsweetened almond milk. Top with nuts, a spoon of almond butter, and cinnamon. You'll stay full for hours, and avoid the sugar crash. Let's not forget the grab-and-go options like granola bars, breakfast biscuits, or so-called protein cookies. These are especially popular with people who don't have time to sit down for a meal. The problem: these processed products often contain a mix of added sugars, refined grains, low-quality protein, and inflammatory seed oils. Even the ones labeled low-carb can still spike insulin due to artificial sweeteners that disrupt your gut microbiome and blood sugar response. A better on-the-go choice? Prep high-protein egg muffins at the beginning of the week or carry a small bag of mixed nuts and a boiled egg. These kinds of real foods provide protein, fat, and fiber without the spike. Now that we've covered the biggest breakfast mistakes, let's quickly talk about what a truly blood sugar-friendly breakfast looks like. First, prioritize protein. Aim for at least 20 grams. Eggs, Greek yogurt, tofu, or a quality protein powder are great sources. Second, include healthy fats like avocado, nuts, or seeds. These slow digestion and help keep your blood sugar steady. And finally, add fiber-rich, low-glycemic carbs like leafy greens, chia seeds, or a few berries. Think of a veggie omelet with avocado on the side. Or Greek yogurt with seeds and a few blueberries. These combinations work with your body, not against it. So why does all this matter? Because starting your day with the right food doesn't just impact your morning, it sets the rhythm for your entire metabolic day. You'll notice fewer cravings, more sustained energy, and better focus. And long-term, you're actively reducing your risk of insulin resistance, inflammation, and chronic disease. This is about more than just numbers on a glucose monitor. It's about changing the trajectory of your health. If you found value in this video, hit the like button and subscribe for more practical, science-backed advice on how to eat for real healing. I post weekly videos with tools you can use right away, whether you're managing blood sugar issues, trying to lose stubborn weight, or just want to feel better every day. And I want to hear from you. What's your go-to breakfast? Drop a comment below and let's troubleshoot it together.